You asked for it, you got it. Today we're going to be blinding our collection, which we only have 4, but we do have 4, and I should have said only, because we're very blessed to have that many, but we are blinding our collection of Old Forester birthday bourbons. We have 2020 through 2023,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And I mean, we got a big live stream tonight, so we figured live stream, big show today. It's a big day.
I guess that does go hand in hand, doesn't it?
We're going big Friday.
But I tell you what, this is the first time that we've actually recorded since everything started with our charity live stream. And the response has just been overwhelming. I mean, it's humbling, it's overwhelming, and I can't explain to you how thankful I am to each and every one of you. Our community is above and beyond. Yeah, it just really is. So our live stream will be tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. Do not miss it. Trent has like 5,000 bottles we have to raffle off in just a few hours.
Well, this is for charity, so I think we got to be very specific with the amount. Okay. Otherwise, we might get in a little trouble.
All I know is there's a lot.
There's between 60 and 70. I got to go through the final count. Check the link for the charity website in the description. It has all the bottles that we'll be raffling off and whatnot. And we got auctions.
Yes.
At this rate, we're gonna have to wax our entire bodies. I don't know what else. I don't know what else.
Boys, they better get a few cans of that wax for me. You probably a couple thimblefuls. But
me, come on, that's a cheap shot. That's a cheap shot. So yeah, don't miss it. It'll be interesting. We're gonna have like a wheel also of fun things.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be our most intense. I don't know if intense,
epic,
action-packed live streams. Yeah. That we've ever done.
Yeah, so. we're bypassing any. My brother and I spoke. He'll be here too. We're not going to do any blinding. We're not going to have a theme of the show. We're blinding. We talked about blinding the spots, the Irish whiskey, the spots, but there's just not enough time for that. We're going to be tasting a few things along the way, and we're just going to make it happen.
Yep.
It's going to be a great night. So please, if you can, join us 8 p.m. Central Time. All right, buddy. Let's get started with what we have in front of us. As you know, your lovely mother is the only one that knows what's in each glass. All we know is we have 4 delightful birthday bourbons in front of us.
Yep, we got like he said, we got the 2020 through 2023. It's like a 12-year, a 10-year, a 11-year, and another 10-year. And this year's I think is also a 10-year. So we'll see. The proof varies I think between like 96 and 102.
I think
sometimes I'm not looking directly at it, so I'm probably
sounds
wrong.
About right. Yeah, it's pretty close though. Pretty close.
You got your letters written down already.
I'm ready. I was stoked for this video, and I'm ready to go.
I'm out of practice.
I'm going to pick up A while you're writing some stuff down and see what we have.
I mean, just...
Yeah. That's what I told you when after, of course, we got kicked out of the room, kicked out of the area when Rebecca was pouring. But when we walked back behind here, it's like the aromas coming out of this glass these glasses are just delightful. Just incredible.
This is honestly like you just opened up a fresh bag of trail mix with like banana chips in it.
Oh,
like dried banana chips, like that kind of.
Well, you are on the game tonight.
I am. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks, so I got a lot of.
No, I know. We recorded all kinds of stuff ahead of time. My wife and I celebrated our 15th wedding anniversary, and we took a week off. We were out of town. We had so much going on. We recorded so much material. Unlikely for us, we recorded it way early.
Yeah, we usually we're the night before.
Yes, we are, and happy and proud of it too. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Banana chips, a little cinnamon, a little woodiness.
Yeah, you're all over it.
I mean, come on.
It's great.
I got a lot of pent-up energy from not filming for 2 weeks.
Oh, I love that, dude. I love it. You can get some hint of wood in there, but to me, it's a perfect amount of oak on an aged bourbon. It's absolutely lovely.
It's very well-rounded. There's really not a whole lot.
Extremely well-rounded.
I always try and find like a nitpick in anything. Maybe a little dry at the end, maybe like a little bit of an astringency from a bitter oaky kind of thing. But I mean, it's not a lot, and it's not off-putting.
No, I love that, dude. I got some beautiful toffee with that oak richness. Man, I love it. Caramel. It's great stuff. It really is.
I gave that an F++.
What's wrong
Fantastic.
with you?
Shout out to Matt. What's his name? Tractor.
Old Tractor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt and Katie.
Yeah. He was talking about F pluses last night, so I figured.
Oh, you're throwing it in there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I like that. I got a lot of Fs in school, so I make the most of it.
My first way through, I go 1 to 5. And sometimes I'll put some 0.5s in there, but that's it. So we're on our way. I thought that was a great start.
That's a great start, yeah.
Let's move on here to B. That's like Rickhousey. And we do that a lot. At the end of our notes, we put EY. You ever notice that, honey? We do that chocolatey.
Well, I mean, it leaves like a little bit of a open for interpretation kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I get the sense of standing in a rick house, when we're down there trying, doing barrel picks and stuff, and folks are kind to us and hospitable, and they take us into rick houses. Hospitable?
Oh, hospitable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, 'cause we also spit in the rick houses, and that's just kind of how they tell us to do things.
That's how they roll.
Yeah. Which I thought was really weird at first, but you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't get the trail mix that you were talking about in this one, though, as quite as it did with the first one.
No, this one, like on the nose, is a little bit more brown sugary, a little bit more of that breakfast maple syrupy kind of thing.
Wow. I love that too, dude.
The palate.
I do. Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
a whole lot. Following suit with that brown sugar. I don't know if it's maple syrup, but I'm getting a little bit of a syrup note.
I really do not get off. It could just be A was so good, but B, I'm not really getting a whole lot of flavors from it.
I still like it. I'm with you. I'm leaning more towards A as being the better sip of the two that we've had, but I still like it.
I don't want to call B a drain pour, but there's something about it that's just...
Are you out of your mind?
No.
Dude, that's just... You're nuts.
You think that's actually good? Watch this be mine. That's been sitting in my bedroom for a year and a half. The nose is so good.
I'm keeping this in mind through this whole tasting trend that we're drinking old bourbon. All right.
True.
So there's going to be some underlying oak, maybe a little dryness, but I don't want to taste any pungent oak or overwhelming oak. So there is definitely some oakiness in that sip too, but I think it's pretty well balanced myself.
This is like a bourbon LaCroix. I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting. It's really? There. Like, you get it because it's like the LaCroix are a little bubbly.
Okay.
You get this with like the alcohol level or the proof, but I'm just not getting a whole lot of flavor. It's kind of there, but it's like, eh.
All right.
We should put this through a soda stream, whatever B is.
No, don't you dare.
If it's Kent, so probably he won't be too happy about that.
Don't you dare.
Okay, now we're back to like above.
Really?
Yeah. Ooh, my armpit hair poke out a little bit. I'm gonna have to wax that too, I think. So somebody said I should shave an eyebrow.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me that too.
Shame. This smells like red vines licorice. Does it now? Yeah.
Look at it again. I'm struggling a little bit with this one on the aromas, which for me is it happens sometimes. Okay, I can get where you're coming from a little bit. There's a little bit more of a strawberry note in there or something like that. Something.
If I've been eating a lot of licorice lately from licorice.com. We're not sponsored.
You sent me that website last night.
Yeah. Licorice.com. It's not sponsored. I just really love their licorice. If you know somebody that works for there, I'd take a licorice sponsor.
Yeah, you told me to pick one and you get one for me, but there's so many. I want to take some time and actually, pick something I really want.
I've ordered over 15 pounds of licorice.
Do you eat the black licorice too?
No. Only sour. The sides of my mouth have been raw.
Here's the thing. I contemplated that, and then I was like, I really want one of the mixed ones, where they have different flavors.
Like a variety.
But I didn't see where they had the black included in the fruit flavors. That's just a shame, dude.
I don't think
wanted
they do that.
Well, that's just...
It's like red and black or like the sour variety pack.
Crazy.
Anyways, this smells like a licorice, but it has like this waxy kind of aroma, if that makes any sense. Like a red vine, plasticky,
All right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I get a little bit of the strawberry notes you got in there. I'm struggling a little bit with the aromas on this one, though.
The strawberry is rather up front, but it's not. It's more. It's like covered by some other stuff. Is it that bad? Oh, oof.
Almost went down the wrong way. All right, there it is. There's the...
I put yummers because that's good.
I get a lot of oak on that one, buddy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Something about this I'm kind of digging. It still carries that strawberry, which for Brown Foreman / Old Forester is kind of not all that common. Is like a strawberry. You usually get like a banana. It's still kind of fruity, but not necessarily a strawberry vibe.
Yeah, I can get the strawberry in there, but I'm getting an inordinate amount of oak taste on the palate on that one.
Yeah.
More than the first two.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Let's put it that way. But I'm
Second
catching
sip,
your
I see.
vibe, though. I'm catching your vibe on the...
We vibing up here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm catching it on the aromas, a little bit on the palate with that strawberry note.
I thought you were drinking, taking a sip, and that was a big sip.
You
I
know...
was like, you're going for it.
No, this is water. I've been drinking more water since we're doing blinds. I don't know. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Water's important.
It is for me at times, especially if I'm doing high proof blinds, but sometimes I feel my palate is good and I just forge forward, you know? But, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, bro.
It's like, it reminds me a lot of C, but more in your face, a lot more vibrant with the flavors.
Absolutely, because I am picking up on this where I struggle a little bit here because of my sinus issues. I struggled, I had to really focus. Mm-hmm. This is like, boom, it's right there.
Are you getting similar,
Yeah,
smells?
I'm getting more. I'm getting also like a caramel chew, like a caramel vanilla type chew.
Yeah. I'm
With a little bit of a fruit note there.
I've been a little out of practice since you've been
it's
gone.
not as toffee kind of as these first two over here. It's more of the light, luscious caramel, vanilla. A little bit of fruit
I can see that now that you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I didn't eat. I think bourbon gives me indigestion.
Ooh, that one feels a little bit more tropical. A little bit.
Well, that's interesting. I got moss.
Is it, honey? Is it me? Is it just because I don't? If my mind isn't open to those kind of things, like Trent's is open to whatever. Dude. He's drinking Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, one of the most sought after bourbons in the United States, right? Okay, and the first thing he thinks of is moss. And for me, I guess my mind might be closed to those things. Where Trenton's is just like, hey, it tastes like a bucket of slop. It is what it is. No. I'm just saying in any blind. You know what I mean? It just comes to you. Or to me, it's like, I guess I'm trying to find the goodness of things, and you're just open to whatever you think it is. I think it's a me thing. I don't think it's a you thing. It's a me thing.
I mean, I ain't got a lot of things wrong with me. When I took a sip of this, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that we were tasting birthday bourbons.
Yeah,
usually, which is weird because I usually kind of focus more on it. When I say moss, maybe that's not like the right profile that I'm maybe trying to describe. It's like it's old, it's kind of dank. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as like basement-y, but if you're like in the woods somewhere and it's raining and foggy, it just like gives me that vibe, and I think of like I'm in a forest and I'm looking at moss on a tree.
Really? Okay.
So
I get a little bit more of a tropical feel to that one. I have to ask you this though.
Dude, you say that now, and like I'm getting like a tropical Skittles.
Well, that happens, I know, but I have to ask you this because for me, out of all the 4 sips, this seems the most velvety to me.
Yeah, it gives me the feeling of like if I were to lick a microfiber cloth. That's kind of how it tastes for me, just kind of like smooth.
Dude, I don't know where you're coming from with that, but
yeah,
I like it.
This is a good one.
All right.
I gotta go. Okay, so I narrowed mine down between my last 2, so I need to figure out which one I'm actually gonna eliminate first.
Buddy, I've already narrowed mine down to my last 2, and so is that what you just said? Your last 2 or your first 2?
I can't remember what I said.
I should have listened more carefully. I've already narrowed down to my last 2, so I'll start while you're doing that there, Trenton. To me, C is going to be my last place. To me, personally, the oak, even though it isn't pungent, it's not super bitter. It's just the overriding flavor profile of that glass for me. So I'm going to put that in fourth. That's going to be my first out. I'm going to check that real quick to confirm.
Yeah, that was also mine. I have like an arrow going between C and B, but I have C, and it's weird because I put Yummers first, but like it's going back around. I mean, they're all solid.
And I have okay. Let me phrase this properly. My favorite blinds are when we have different distilleries represented with different profiles, and everything.
Yeah.
The hardest blinds for me is when you have 4 really good bourbons of the same distillery family. That's more difficult for me.
See, I almost like those more.
Do you?
Because it's like there's some amount of consistency, which makes it, for me, easier to identify which one might have a different profile that I like more.
Yeah.
But I can see what you mean too. There's a little bit more variety.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's more variety that I can distinguish between all 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, then, Trenton, after that, I hate to give you props, but B's got to go out next for me. After all that I said about B, it's still not as good as A and D for me.
Well, I pushed B up while you were.
Oh, did you? I didn't even catch you doing that. So I had to give you props on that because I did like it more than you liked it. However, to me, it didn't stand up to A or D. So now I've got to taste real quick to see. I have question marks by A and D. They had my highest scores. So I'm going to go back to A because I haven't had it in a while.
Interesting. Okay.
So good, too.
The profile on D changed for me quite a bit. Just letting
For which one?
For D.
Okay.
Now, like you were talking about tropical, I get more of like a raspberry now.
Sure.
Raspberry isn't a tropical thing, right?
Not really.
No, okay.
Not really, but...
I was getting those tropical Skittles, and now it's like a raspberry.
All right. I've made up my mind. You going first or am I?
Hide my answers there.
That's fine.
You can't see anyway. You don't have your glasses on. Where are your glasses?
They're around somewhere. I don't know exactly at the moment, but I don't know. Well, for me, Trenton, I really loved A first time around. I really did, but there's something about D that's really the velvety mouthfeel, a little bit of the tropical vibes that I'm getting. I feel it's a little bit more balanced. On my second sip, go back to A, I thought it was the oak was a bit more prevalent than D. So, honey, I'm going to put A in second place, and then I'm going to put D in first place.
I'm the opposite.
Well, that's okay. And I understand why, because A is a good glass. A is a good glass. There's no question about it.
So it's weird, though, because D for me, it's like, I don't know if I'm probably the weird one. There is so much concentration of one flavor in D that it kind of makes it seem to me like a little bit more of a one-noter. There's still some complexity there, don't get me wrong. But compared to A's got like a lot going on, but it's like it dials it down so you get a little bit of everything. And
I'm not arguing that one bit. It's just for me tonight,
hey man,
as we're doing this blind, I'm just connecting with D.
Yeah, that's great.
For whatever reason. So, but I can't argue your points on A. So, honey, let's get on with this thing and figure out where we went wrong and what we're doing here.
Okay, fourth place.
Fourth place, yeah, we both were the same. C. It was C, right?
Is the red one.
This year's.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, that's not much of a surprise.
No.
If you missed our review, we did review this several weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's a good bottle. It's Old Forester Birthday Bourbon, but to me, and even in this blind, it was a little oak forward. It buried some of the other great flavors that you could possibly get in there. That's just my opinion on it.
I feel like we also said that in the video too.
We
There's some good things about it, but it's
Yeah.
mostly oaky, which is uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
Uncharacteristic of Brown-Forman.
And I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses. I don't know where they are. I put them around here somewhere. What is he? How many years is that one?
This is a 10. This is a 12-year.
Okay, so that's a 12 year. So that's a 12-year bourbon. It's going to be pretty oaky. So let's. It's going to be some oak in there. But we already explained the rest of our thoughts about it. Okay, honey.
96
All right.
proof.
96 proof. All right, babe. Let's see what we got next.
Third place for both of you was letter B,
Letter B. What's that?
and that would be gold.
Gold.
Oh man.
Bro, what happened?
Well, that sucks because you got both of those and they're in last. No, they're still good though.
And that was. Let's see if I can see it. No, I can't.
That was a 10-year. This is
I can't
2020.
see nothing.
10-year at 98 proof.
Well, doggone it now. All right, well, it was what it was. I as we spoke about, these are all great on the bar top, so it was what it was. All right,
Well,
moving forward to the folks that have the best birthday bourbons, which should be Trent and my brother Kent.
I did kind of call
course.
one of these. I kind of mentioned that one of these might be a drain pour. I don't remember
Who
which one
do
that
you
was.
want?
You can go with his.
All right, so Kurt's
Yeah.
second place,
All right, honey.
A, which is Trenton's first place,
Okay.
is green.
Yes.
Green.
I
Well,
own this. This is mine. I'm glad.
That is your bottle, sir.
This is the 12-year. This is the 2021, and this is 104 proof. So this is triple-digit proofs as opposed to these two being 96 and 98.
Yeah, a great bottle. Honestly, a very, very nice bottle there. And I could have flip-flopped possibly with a little bit more time, but we don't have time on this video. But
Well, look at
it's a
that.
good one, man. It's a
Look at
good
that.
one.
We got the stoplight up here. We got red. We'll call gold, yellow, and green.
There you go.
Green means go. Let's go on to the final one.
All right, well, honey,
Okay,
that
would be then
the
letter
blue,
B
huh?
Is blue.
Yeah, the blue. So this one won
So
for
that's
me.
Kurt's first, Trenton's second.
So this is Kent's bottle.
I don't think he would notice if you swapped this one for that one.
He might watch this video. I'm not sure.
It's
But
fine.
that one won for me, and for some reason tonight, I connected with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was the more velvety, a little bit more viscous. Felt good on the palate. I got some good notes out of it. It didn't seem as oak forward to me either.
No,
So
the velvety was a good call out. I think that was accurate.
yeah, but this is good too, buddy. This is a good one on you. Yeah.
It was interesting because I honestly would have put this one in third, this one in second, and this one in first.
All right.
Well, this was first for me. So I would have flip flopped the blue and the gold.
Yeah,
But
for me, the only one that was a clear was this one here. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
That's just the way it is, though. That's the way it goes.
maybe it'll open up.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. We have to get over the fact that it's oaky. It's a 12-year bourbon, but there are some aspects of that bottle that we can absolutely enjoy and be happy to share with folks that come down here.
For sure.
That's
for sure.
That's 100%. All right, that's all we got for you today. Once again, I'm going to remind you, please, if you have the time and availability, we'd love to see you on our live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. It's for a dynamic cause for Riley's Children's Hospital, and it has a special place in my heart. So if you can, please join us. We'd love to see you there. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and I in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.